going to share a little bit of his testimony with us this morning. I know Chad knows how much he's loved, but we really, you know a story we really want to hear. So here you go.
How you guys doing this morning?
Good, man.
Good. My name is Chad Garrett. I am an alcoholic. An alcoholic is an addict because my disease, I was chemically dependent on alcohol. So I went through the same things that a heroin addict goes through. When I didn't have alcohol in my system, I was sick, having seizures. I was a mess. And today I say that the only drug I have in my system is love. Love is my only drug anymore. I get a side dish of caffeine and some nicotine occasionally. But love is what it's all about. Doing things for people that and asking nothing in return is the greatest high you can ever have in life. I thrive off that. It keeps me sober. So if you guys want to do a little service work, write that letter. Be a pen pal to those guys in SRCCC. The most precious gift we can give anybody is time. That's the most precious resource that I have today. If I can spend an hour a day helping another alcoholic or drug addict get sober, not only does it keep me sober, it helps them, gives them a little bit of hope. And time is a precious commodity. And I haven't been around too much lately because my time has been spent a lot of times working in the oil fields. And I don't have a lot of time, but with the free time I do have, I do try to help out other alcoholics. 2.5 years ago, I was incapable of that. The most important person in the room was me. My family did not matter to me. My children were not the most important thing in my life. Today, I can say that my kids are. I was always worried about me, my poor me, my self-pity me. Addiction can take you to any depth you want to go, as low as you want to go. Death is the bottom. I hear a lot of people talk about when you got to hit your bottom. Death is the bottom. And I got pretty close to death several times. I was an adrenaline junkie when I was younger, and I can honestly say when you're 16 years old and have a fake ID, the backwoods of Arkansas and the backwoods of Kentucky can get you in a lot of trouble. And I met a lot of bad people, and I did a lot of bad things, and I had a hard time forgiving myself for that. You know, when I straightened up and finally got married, and I drank and drank to try to erase that pain that I caused others, and the pain I caused myself. And you know, when I met Tiny, when I first got sober, we started talking about some of the things we did, and me and Tiny probably crossed paths a couple times. And today, it's amazing to me that my mind was that warped, that twisted, that I could even comprehend the things I did. You know, I used to collect money for people, and I would go to their homes, and if they didn't have the money, I'd take everything they had. And it didn't matter if they had children, it didn't matter to me. And that's what I did. I did a lot of things that I shouldn't have did. I liked fighting. And I would go to these places, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen Out of the Furnace, but there are actual places you can go where you can go and fight. And I thrived off that. I loved it. And I made a lot of money doing it. And one of these times that these guys all like to hear this story is one of the few times that I can honestly say I was ever scared before I was 21 years old. I had a friend down there in Romney, West Virginia, and he used to train chimpanzees and bears. And they used to train them for a casino up in Canada. And what the people would do, they'd come in and if they were going to wrestle the chimp, if they could get the chimps back against the cage, they would win an exorbitant amount of money. And you paid $20 to do this. And then they also had a bear. And he wanted me to help train this one chimp. They wanted to give it a lifelike fight situation. And so I went down the night before. I met this chimp, and he was only about this tall. His name was Goliath. He wore a diaper. He ate at the kitchen table. He's the friendliest little chimp you've ever seen. And I said, well, I said, this should be easy. I mean, he goes, well, we just got to make sure he listens to the whistle. They blow this little whistle when this chimp gets out of control and it stops and kind of eases up. So people get it wouldn't be no fun if everybody walked into the ring and the chimp just whipped you in like 5 seconds, So got to be a little entertainment. And so the next day come and there were some people, actually there was a couple of famous NASCAR drivers come to see this thing. And little cage, they put this muzzle on the chimp, and I said, well, why are you putting a muzzle on the chimp? He goes, the chimp will eat you if it gets upset. And so we started this wrestling match. I had to go 5 minutes with the chimp, and this little chimp, I picked him up, I went to put him against this cage, and his eyes just changed, and he flipped me onto the ground, and he's beating me, and he had his fingers up in my eyes, and he's pulling me back like this, and he's punching me in the ribs, and he has these 2 little hands for feet, and they're on my butt cheek. And I'm trying to roll over to my back because I got scared. I'm like, oh my God, this little chimp. And he just kept beating me. But every time I tried to roll over on my back, this chimp would roll me back over and keep beating me. To see if I got pinned, it was over. And for 5 minutes, this chimp beat the crap out of me. Only when the whistle would blow would he stop enough for me to be able to try to get back. And every time I tried to roll to my back, that chimp jumped on my head, and he was spanking me like a cowboy. For 5 minutes, the worst pain of my life, this shit beat me. Now see, we had to lay plastic down the back of the car. I was bleeding so bad, and I had to stop in an emergency room. I ended up getting a blood transfusion for all the internal injuries and blood that I have. That's where my addiction and alcoholism would take me. See, I'm capable of anything good or bad. And if I'm drinking or using alcohol, it's all bad. If I'm using drugs, it's all bad. I can't smoke weed because alcohol is my drug of choice, because I'll just go back to alcohol. And when I go back to alcohol, I don't care about anything. I can find myself in any situation. That feeling of, oh my God, I can't believe I'm in this situation. From the time I was in 6th grade and I threw stink bombs all over the school, and they evacuated the school because they thought it was a gas leak. And that feeling I got when I was in 6th grade, standing there on the playground, going, oh, I better not say nothing about this. This looks like it's getting pretty serious. That feeling of, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm in this situation again, has never left me until I got sober. It's like repeat, Groundhog Day. Every 3 months I was doing something that I can't believe I'm in this situation. I remember my friends in high school, I didn't hang out with a lot because I was doing a lot of things I didn't want them to get involved in. But, even when we got together, we went to West Virginia one time. We picked up 2 hitchhikers. He ends up in jail. I'm at some drug house in the middle of the woods. And I'm thinking, how did I get here? It was all a result of alcohol. I mean, I had to walk 21 miles in West Virginia back to jail to bail my buddy out. That would happen every couple months. Situations that I could not believe that I was in. And I felt guilty about some of the stuff I did. And I drank more. And I trained my body to get up to those alcohol levels that kill most people. My son, had to watch the nightmare of me getting run over by a 6-ton tractor. I'm out baling hay with my mom and dad. My mom's driving the tractor, and a hay bale broke, and I'm tying some twine onto the tractor. And my mom runs me over, runs right over my chest, and the pressure and the blood that shot out my nose, broke all my ribs, cracked my pelvis. I remember thinking, thank God it's finally over. I don't have to live like that anymore. My son's screaming on that wagon. My mom's looked in her eyes when she seen it. I always thought that I just affected myself and, my misery. Well, misery is contagious. If you can't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. Emotional pain is contagious. Physical pain is just yours. The emotional pain that I caused my family, my sons, is unreal. But that, you know, that changed. That changed when I decided to seek help. You know, I have a whole team, the Warriors Project. The Warriors Project is one of the best projects that I've ever seen, and I've visited a lot of them. The family atmosphere, the self-sacrifice that the Warriors do for the community is bar none. And I remember when the Warriors Project was just a whisper in the wind around a campfire, or just an idea between Tiny and Jeff. And I remember there would be 4 or 5 guys over there in the corner, and we'd sit there and we'd talk about what the Warriors were going to do, and if, you know, how the project was going to grow, and how far it's came. And it's because of you. The sacrifice you guys make makes this project work, and it helps others. I see people out there with the Warriors t-shirt on, helping the guys off the street. That little bit of time that you give to another human being could save their life. And that's what it's all about. It keeps you sober by saving other people. What better gift could you have? You know, I look back on my younger years, especially 16 to 21, you know, and I can't, you know, it's such a distant memory that I could be something like that. But the memories that I realize, that I see, and I remind myself of every day, so I don't pick up that first drink or that first joint, is the miserable feeling of not being able to quit. Getting up in the morning saying, I'm not going to do it again. And by noon, be doing it. That miserable feeling of helplessness I do not want to ever feel again. And we can get past it. As a team, can't do it by myself. I tried it every way I could. I love each and every one of you guys. Have a blessed day.
Yeah. So if you guys know any chimps that want to battle, we know who to go get.